We must always be true to ourselves and don't fear judgment of others or ridicule from others from the fact that you're expressing who you really are, and at your deepest soul's level, you have to always just be completely true to yourself. And life is too short to, frankly, give a shit what other people think.
Opinion or the public thought on these things, but it does also feel a bit like, are they just normal people who find dark things beautiful and are at peace in life, or are they Satanist murderers?
Even though a lot of our friends are Satanists.
Yeah, to be fair, but it's different. Like the Satanic Temple is like, yeah, the Satanic Temple has like nothing to do with actual like devil worship, so I'll give that a pass. But yeah, it just feels like it's kind of real, like,
just don't look around corners around.
It's an aesthetic. Your boy's a Christian. Love you, Jesus. Okay, let's go.
Hi guys, I haven't been in front of the camera in a while. I'm making this video, and I guess it's just in time too, because we're approaching the end of September and autumn is approaching, and so is Halloween. But I'm making this video. I know it's gonna be kind of strange content from what my usual content is, but I wanted to make a confession. I have a confession for everybody. I am secretly gothic. My niece corrected me, and she told me that I'm more what is called darkly inclined, which is where I identify with a very gothic kind of aesthetic and atmosphere and kind of lifestyle and fashion, but I'm not really heavy into the gothic music scene. And I have been listening to more gothic music lately, but this is definitely not for show. This is something that I've identified with since I was a little girl, like really long time. I have drawings that my older sister saved. Like, I used to write little stories when I was like 5 years old and make little picture books, and I would always write things about ghosts and spooky things, and I don't know why. I've just always been, I think it's because I've had a lot of supernatural stuff happen in my family, and I also have a grandma who was very spiritual and read tea leaves, as I discussed in a Halloween video like eons ago that I made here on my channel. I come from a Celtic background, and like I said, I have a grandma who's like clairvoyant, and so have kind of always identified with kind of like the darker, more haunting way of looking at life. And so I would say I'm coming out as darkly inclined, rather than like the full-on label of gothic. That's essentially who I am, kind of in my soul and my heart, even though I can look kind of bright and bubbly with my naturally light hair. So this is a wig. I had this from last year, and I used it for a Snow White for trick-or-treaters, but I love it so much with my eyes. I'm thinking of dyeing my hair black, although it'd be really hard to keep up with it with having light roots coming in. So this video is going to be kind of a little bit all over the place. I wanted to discuss how I am a Christian, and many gothic people, or people who look like me or dress like me, or identify with kind of like the more spooky, darker kind of way of looking at life, they are often labeled or stereotyped as being Satanists or devil worshippers. And so I included this little clip from, I believe they're called That Random Goth Couple, and he is a Christian and said, he gave like a shout out to Jesus. And I am a Christian. I wasn't always a Christian. I used to be agnostic. I dabbled in Buddhism for a little while. I was actually raised, my family were Catholic, but I was never baptized as a Catholic. Most of my brothers, and I'm the youngest of 7, most of my brothers and sisters were, but I never received the baptism, never went through that. So I've never really technically been a Catholic, but was raised in basically a Catholic home. Like growing up as a child, I remember my mom having crucifixes hanging on the wall and things like that. Catholic, you know, the Virgin Marys and saints and, and things like that. But yeah, this is going to be kind of strange. But I want to explore the meaning of Gothic with you guys and read the definition and kind of go over a couple of things about it with you. So before I go over a Gothic fashion from Waikiki, kind of just explaining a little bit more of what started it and what its origins are, I'll share this cute little outfit with you. I have this top is like a saloon girl. I just love the look of it. It reminds me of, I don't know, a saloon girl. And then my lace gloves, which are vintage, and I got them online. So according to Wikipedia, Gothic fashion, got my little thing here. I'm holding my phone again. I shouldn't do that because it probably makes some people dizzy. But so it says Gothic fashion is a clothing style marked by dark, mysterious, antiquated, am I still in the frame? Antiquated and often genderless features. It is worn by members of the goth subculture. Gothic dress is typical fashion includes dyed black hair, exotic hairstyles, dark lipstick, and dark clothing. Both male and female goths can wear dark eyeliner, dark nail polish, and lipstick for dramatic effect. Okay, this is we know all this. Characteristics. The origins of contemporary goth style are found in the Victorian cult of mourning. Goth subculture is stereotyped as eerie, mysterious, and complex, and the fashion is used as an outlet to express these characteristics. Nancy Kilpatrick's Goth Bible, I had to check this one out, for the darkly inclined, defines the goth scene as follows. Music. Oh, this one's interesting. During the emergence of the goth subculture in 1980s London, many genres of music played a large role in establishing the fashion trends. Fashion spelled out the music as an individual would listen to. Because of its origins, the major music inspirations during the early emergence of the goth subculture were similarly English bands such as Bauhaus, The Cure. The Cure is one of my absolute favorite bands. I love it. Sisters of Mercy, and the Batcave Club was a nightclub in London between 1982 and 1986 that hosted live music and paid homage to all things goth. That was kind of an interesting article. And then, like I said, darkly inclined is just basically somebody who identifies with the aesthetic of it, with the spooky atmosphere of it. And yeah, it's just a part of me, and it's not something that I'm not posturing, I'm not being a poser, this is truly kind of who I've always been since I was a small child. And yeah, it's just something that I really would love to explore more, and more than just the looks of putting on black Victorian looking clothing and dyeing my hair black or wearing a black wig. It is something that it goes much, much deeper for me. And I think I did a video a year ago about, I spent between the ages of 15 and 17 years old. My parents moved back from Florida to Michigan, and they had to rent a house because my dad got relocated for a job pretty fast. And he rented this house that was 200 years old. I'll put the link to that other video. It didn't really get very many views at the time, and I'm the kind of person who is just brutally, brutally honest. I don't embellish, I don't exaggerate. I am like a brutally, completely blunt, I tell it like it is type of person. And from 15 to 17, my parents lived in this 200-year-old farmhouse, and it was extremely, extremely haunted. I would even say to the level of possessed. I did a vlog on it. I could have gone on and on about all the experiences that myself and my family members experienced in that house for 5 hours, but I made the vlog only about 20 minutes long, so I didn't bore everybody. But that had such a profound impact. I was already a very, like I said, like kind of Gothic individual in my soul before we moved into that house, but that just kind of like put the nail in the coffin for me as far as really identifying with the spiritual realm and with that we are just these shells and that house a spirit, that we are just a spirit inside a body, and when we die, that's not it. Our spirit leaves our body, and I even named my other Instagram the thin veil, because we are a thin veil between, you know, different realms. I truly believe like our body is just a shell and we leave it, and then there's just so much outside of that and beyond that. This is just an illusion, in my opinion. Like this, just the shell that we're in, this house, this temporary temple or that we're in is the actual illusion. The reality is that which we cannot see, the spiritual realm, and that's all around us. And so prior to moving in that house, I was already spiritual. I was already reading a lot of books and enjoying Gothic literature and everything. And then having so many experiences, actually seeing an apparition there, and other family members, friends, a family who moved in after us also had experiences, and for 2 years, just, it was life-changing. And I believe that because I was very spiritual to begin with, I was kind of like open to it. It was something that I really, it very deeply and profoundly affected me. I'm sorry to ramble on about this, but I kind of had to bring that into that really made an impact on me. And I don't know where I'm going with this, you guys, but if you're thinking of playing with the Gothic fashions or the Gothic lifestyle, please have respect for it, and do it because you genuinely, truly, and deeply connect with something resonates with you about it, because it's something to be respected. And to me, it's identifying and, you know, having respect for this whole like incredible, beautiful world all around us that we can't see with the naked eye. But just because we can't see it with the naked eye doesn't mean it's not there, and it's not real, and it's not just profound and beautiful. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my little ramble, and I was planning on doing a Gothic clothing try-on thing, and maybe I'll do that in a couple weeks. But take care, everybody. Bye. Yeah, just live your passion and do what makes you happy. And for myself, the Gothic culture or subculture, or the Gothic aesthetic, whatever you want to call it, it's not limited to teenagers going to stores like Hot Topic, whatever, and buying black clothing. I would technically be considered, because I'm over 30 and I'm a Gen Xer, I would be considered, I think, an elder goth, but that's okay. I love it, and I am going to be more daring with it and explore it more and more, and not give a crap what anybody on the street thinks or anything. So and also, yes, just because somebody is dressed Gothic doesn't mean that they're a Satan worshiper or anything like that. Goths can be Christians. I just happen to like spooky things, and I think cemeteries are beautiful. One place I really want to go is I am dying to go to New Orleans and see some of their old cemeteries and explore some of their famous haunted inns and things like that. Savannah, Georgia. There's a few places like here in the US that I want to see really bad. and also do some photography, and I'm dying to visit those places. But okay, I said I was leaving, so I'll see you guys later.